You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
Yeah, what's up, Donald? Yeah. Nah, they roasting you online. Hold on, I'm trying to log on to Zoom and talk to you. Yeah, they roasting you online, son. You hit. You need to lay low for a minute. No, don't even log on to that. Keep that on the hush hush. I'm trying to log on to the Zoom. I did have a question for you while I have you on the phone. How you around all those people and you ain't catch the COVID-19 yet? You out in the public every goddamn day. You don't got no COVID-19. Okay. I'm logging on to Zoom. I'm logging on to... Yo! Oh, you crazy son of a bitch! And what's going on, reading my lips, people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, I'm sure everyone has heard, everyone has seen the Donald Trump memes. He has been getting decimated online. And I have a mixed bag of reactions to all this. Like, so many different things to say in reference to this. So it might be a little everywhere. Stick with me. So, do I think the memes are funny? I think they're hilarious. Every once in a while, there's like a new subject to talk about on social media, and it takes over for a week, a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. And obviously, this is the new thing. The Donald Trump with disinfectants and cleaners and stuff like that. And it's been funny. It was pretty funny. But let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. Because the thumbnail, I believe, says the truth, right? So it's actually incredibly hard right now online. Let me rephrase that. It's not incredibly hard, but most people aren't posting a link to what he actually said regarding disinfectant. So I'm going to read that to you before we proceed any further. So Trump said, "Thank you very much. So I asked Bill a question that's probably some of you are thinking of, if you're totally into that world, which I find to be very interesting. So suppose we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just a very powerful light. And I think you said that this hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. It sounds interesting." And then the Secretary Brian says, "We'll get to the right folks who could." And then Trump goes on to say, "Right. And then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that?" I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that for you. "And then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets in the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it'll be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me." So clearly he's saying, is there something we can inject to people that can help clear up the lungs? Right? But people are saying he wants to inject people with disinfectant to clear up the lungs. So, do I think Donald Trump meant for people to inject themselves with disinfectant to get rid of coronavirus? No, I do not. I don't think that's what he meant. He sounded like a 5-year-old child up there. He really did. He was asking a lot of stupid questions and saying a lot of stupid things. But I dare say he didn't tell anybody to consume or inject themselves with disinfectant to get rid of the coronavirus. That's not what he meant. If you go back and you read it, He didn't tell anybody to inject themselves with disinfectant. But, I mean, his remarks spurred widespread condemnation from health officials who issued statements urging people not to inject or ingest cleaning products. Lysol just came out with a huge statement saying that they're warning people not to ingest Lysol. I mean, what is the statement? The notion of injecting or ingesting any type of cleaning or cleansing product into the body is irresponsible and it's dangerous. It's a common method that people utilize when they want to kill themselves. Oh, Donald. Oh, Donald. Oh, Donald. So, I've seen a split, right? I've seen a split. The split that I've seen is the Johnny Know-Nothings and the Susan Everybodies are saying, and posting memes and joking about it, but they're saying straight up Donald Trump is telling people to inject and ingest products. It's just not true. And then on the other side, you see people that aren't politically inept saying that what Trump said is stupid. He's a 5-year-old, but he didn't tell anybody to inject or ingest cleaning product. And then you have a whole nother side, which the Dems are all running with, reaming him no lube about telling people to ingest cleaning product. So there is no winning for him in this situation. There's just no winning. There's just no winning. But I was still on the side of, dude, you sound ridiculous. But he didn't tell people to go consume cleaning products. But then he went back. He went back and said he was being sarcastic. Sir, you weren't being sarcastic. There was no sarcasm involved. Now you're just lying. You weren't being sarcastic. Stop. You weren't being sarcastic. You weren't being sarcastic. You were saying some stupid stuff. You were asking some stupid questions, and you weren't phrasing it adequately in any way, shape, or form. And you dug a hole and you got to lie in it. You have to take the heat. But you weren't being sarcastic. You just weren't. Actually have a clip for you. We're going to play that clip, and then we're going to come back.
Today, the White House is struggling to explain these comments by the president, where he suggested injecting a disinfectant could prove to be a treatment for COVID-19.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning?
The president was responding to an ongoing study by the Department of Homeland Security, indicating sunlight, warmer weather, and disinfectants quickly kill the virus on surfaces. We asked, are they really going to test it on people?
The president mentioned the idea of cleaners with bleach and isopropyl alcohol. You mentioned there's no scenario that could be injected into a person, is there? I mean,
no, I'm here to talk about the findings that we had in the study. We don't do that within that lab, our lab.
The suggestion of ingesting disinfectants, something that would be dangerous and even deadly, has sparked a backlash. Lysol's parent company issued a statement saying, quote, under no circumstances should our disinfectant products be administered into the human body. Maryland's Emergency Management Agency says they received about 100 calls today on disinfectant use. Even the CDC weighed in, tweeting this picture and saying, quote, household cleaners and disinfectants can cause health problems when not used properly. Responding to the backlash, the White House press secretary at first said the president was taken out of context. Later, the president himself said he was just being sarcastic.
Clarify your comments about injections of disinfectant. They're quite provocative.
No, I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you, just to see what would happen.
But as you can see here, he was talking to the experts, not to the reporters, when he made the suggestion.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning?
So in case, I'm just going to go over what he said when he brought up the sarcasm stuff. He says to the reporter, we're talking about through almost a cleaning sterilization of an area. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, but it certainly has a big effect if it's on a stationary object. I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters just like you, just to see what would happen. I was asking a sarcastic and very sarcastic question to the reporters in the room about disinfectant on the inside. But it does kill, and it would kill on the hands, and it will make things much better. Dude. Bro. You taking the L on this, bro. You got to take the L on this. You're taking the L on this. There's no helping you. Your best bet would have been to pull a Biden and just not talk on it. So, again, I'll reiterate. I think in his first comments, he wasn't telling people to inject disinfectant into them or to drink disinfectant. I do think in his second comments, talking to reporters, he lied about being sarcastic. But Trump is a pathological liar. We know this. He lies like nobody's business, so we shouldn't be surprised by that. Another thing that really bothers me. I can't go on any social media and not see this. It's rampant. And I put in a post, it's a damn shame that Donald Trump says some stupid, ludicrous stuff, and it's everywhere. It's literally on every Democratic station. It's all over social media. You literally can't escape it. It's trending. Different hashtags are trending. But it was a struggle, and is still a struggle, to get anybody to comment on the Tara Reade Joe Biden allegation. You know, remember how hard that was? Just to even get them to like slightly, kinda, almost mention it. They haven't even mentioned it to Biden. They mentioned it to Sanders. They've mentioned it to AOC, but they haven't mentioned it to Biden. And it's just sad. This trending everywhere. The allegation, not a peep. And that really bugs me. That really bugs me. Maybe because this is easy. Maybe this is just easy to run with. It's an easy thing to do. It's easy to do this and just point at Trump and laugh. But that really bugged me. It's crazy, like, what can get into the main, like, they can't stop. The Democrats can't stop talking about this. But not a peep with the Tara Reade allegation. That really bugs me. So yeah, that's my take on it. If you disagree, feel free in the comment section. I'm sure plenty of you are going to disagree. But if you can find where he tells somebody to take disinfectant full stop, then please send me the link where he tells somebody to take disinfectant full stop. So yeah, dude, you on timeout, Trump. You're on timeout. So the other thing I said I was going to do is a shout out to William Lex Ham I'm pretty sure a lot of Yang Gang knows who he is. He's now the executive director of the newly forming nonprofit Asians in America. Asians in America is an Asian American movement increasing social services for the community. We're currently donating and delivering hundreds of meals to frontline workers in New York City every day. So I just wanted to, there should be a picture on the screen. I just wanted to shout that out because he's one of the OG Yang Gang. He's been around for quite some time. And this is dope. I love seeing things like this. As you already know, I shout out when celebrities do it. I'm going to shout out when just fellow Yang Gang are doing it. So I just wanted to give that quick shout out. Good job, William Lex Ham. This is dope. I love seeing positive things like this. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys was Andrew Yang had an interview with Al Jazeera. And I just wanted to play you that clip because I thought it was dope. And if I thought it was dope, I figure you guys would think it's dope. It's decent logic, right? It's only like 2 minutes. It's not a long clip. But he hits on some very relevant things. So I'm going to play that for you, and then we're going to come back.
So you were talking about, politicizing decisions and how they should actually be data-driven. One of our viewers, Brian, was talking about universal basic income and how much post-corona will that be dependent on data and the need for something like this for the economy to be rejuvenated, or how much would it be based on political decisions, considering that the main calls for this are coming from Congress rather than from the presidency?
Well, the consensus around getting money into our hands was very, very high. I mean, if you look at the bills that were passed, they were nearly unanimous. They were backed by the administration. And I saw a poll recently that said the vast majority of Americans agree that we should have the stimulus to families extend throughout the crisis. And I don't think that's going to necessarily dissipate when we're trying to get back on our feet later, because millions of Americans will have had this experience of getting $1,200 in their accounts, and they're going to say, I liked it. It was positive. It helped make my family stronger, healthier, mentally healthier, more secure in the future. And the numbers will clearly show that the money just went right back into the economy to help shore up local businesses. So there's going to be a bipartisan consensus, I believe, that universal basic income is a good thing. And it's going to be driven in large part by popular consensus, because at this point, the majority of Americans will fight for it.
So let's talk about this real quick, because I've mentioned it in a couple different videos. So the guy asked, can Andrew Yang comment on any perceived congressional support for UBI post-coronavirus? A majority of Americans are now positive on UBI, and the real inertia appears to come from our congressional representatives. I've been saying this, I said this in a couple videos, and it's true. Now more than ever, during this virus pandemic, after it's over, support for UBI is going to be top priority on everybody's list. Probably top 3 on mostly everybody's list. Some people aren't going to know to call it UBI. Like the Johnny Everydays and the Susan Know Nothings, they may not call it Universal Basic Income. They may not call it UBI. But they're going to be for government stimulus checks. They're probably going to be called, for stimulus checks every month. Right? I was talking to somebody yesterday about UBI, and they weren't familiar with it at all. They never even heard that terminology until I gave the Alaska example with the oil, and then they understood completely. They're like, oh, so that's what it's called? Okay. So there's going to be a lot of people that might not know the terminology UBI. Don't be surprised by that. But that doesn't mean they're not for getting money from the government or in some way, shape, or form through a value-added tax every month. I said once they got a taste of this, they're not going to want to let it go. And that's what people like Stuart Varney and a lot of other people Mitch McConnell are complaining about. They're complaining that we're going to get a taste of this and we're not going to want to let it go. And they're right. They're right. Where they're wrong at is being against it. Why are you against it? You're right. They're going to want a taste of it and they're not going to let it go. But I just can't understand why you're against it. So, very interesting, quick interview, 2-minute interview on Al Jazeera. Very relevant question, and it's something that I've talked about a couple times, so I figured I'd speak on it again. So yeah, guys, let me know. Do you think Donald Trump was telling people to inject themselves with cleaning product or consume cleaning product? Or did he just have no idea what he was talking about and was fumbling in the wind like a bumbling idiot? And do you agree he lied about being sarcastic? I think he got caught looking stupid, and he lied about the sarcasm. That's just what I think. Let me know in the comment section below. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Just hip thrust that like button. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Fucked and drank all night. Acted all alright. Had no need.